Alright, it's Crazyman4985, and I have a new thing that I'm going to try to do a little bit from now on, is we're going to try to do reaction videos for classical music, and I will take your suggestions and I will listen to it and try to give a proper reaction, like almost like an assessment of what I'm hearing, you know. And I'm gonna talk a little bit in the video, but not too much. I'm gonna say like a word here and there, and just kind of like tell you what I think Beethoven was feeling when he wrote this. Now, I believe he wrote this piece for a pupil, Julia Gretschard. Pretty sure that this whole piece, not just the third movement, but first, second, and third movement were written. Now, this is the last of the movements for this piece. It might signify maybe the ending of the relationship, or something it's definitely the last movement. And he, history says, I think history is kind of like, he never really married, and I don't think she was ever like that immortal, beloved part of his writing. I don't believe it was her. But we're gonna play it, and I'm gonna see what type of emotions I feel if I had to judge Beethoven for what he was like. If I had to assess Beethoven for what he was thinking when he wrote this, I'm gonna let you know what I kind of feel from it. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. You let me know in the comments, and let's do this. There's so much fire in it. It's hard to believe that this is about this is written for a pupil that he was in love with, supposedly. It's like softness in a fire, like the cool spot in a flame. It almost feels like the relationship is tearing apart. Like with the first movement, it felt like he was hypnotized by her beauty and was hypnotizing her and whatever. Now it's like bit of order there, like kind of, but see, when it gets to this point, you just feel like it's chaos, intensity. It could be the fire of their romance, but I almost feel like it's something like splitting apart and trying to hold together at the same time. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. He's at war with his emotions here. And then like the sweet spot comes in, you know? This is the sweet spot. It seems like it's a high level of frustration too, almost. I mean, it's brilliant. It's brilliant how he's just bringing these emotions into music. Such a good piece. One of my favorites. That intensity there. It's the ending. like tragic almost, like, you know, like a tragic. It almost feels like this whole song feels like a tragedy. Like this movement, I mean, not the whole thing. And then, just when you thought it was going to finish, it still goes on. Which could be an indication that the relationship was not ending easily. Just an opinion theory. It's like sucked back into the intensity, into the chaos. Now it might be coming to a real close. Still not going. Huh. Interesting. The way he ends it. Now you see. So the way he's ending it, like he's kind of detaching from the intensity almost. Wow. I really don't know. It's such a great piece of music. But if he wrote this for that pupil of his or whatever it is, I don't know what to think. I almost feel like it's the chaos, it's an intensity. It keeps going to that one segment where it's like, you know, right? Like, so that part. It constantly goes back to that part to like, it's almost like a sucking back into, you know, like when you're trying to like, it feels like when you're trying to like leave a relationship or something and you get pulled back in, and it could be for whatever reason. Maybe it's the attraction, the lust, maybe the chemistry that they had. I don't know, but it feels like it's a constant pulling him in. You know, and it's far different from the second movement, because the second movement is very like prancing in a field type happy and stuff. So this one is very intense. It's brilliant. It's kind of a little hard to figure out, but I feel it's the intensity of a relationship falling apart. That's what I truly feel. And as for the first movement, I think that has to do with the being hypnotized by the romance of somebody, you know, so beautiful. Maybe she's hypnotized by someone so talented, and you can kind of see like the movements as it goes from like that to like, and you know, it almost feels that if once you know what it's written about. If you didn't know what it's written about, then you saying to yourself, oh man, like what was this guy going through when he wrote this? But because you have an idea what it was written about, a person, that's kind of what it feels like. Well, that's all for my reaction video. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's my assessment of it. I'm a little new to this. I'm gonna try to be taking more reaction requests if you want to submit them. I'm going to try to stick with classical for a minute, and then what we'll do is we'll try to move to other genres of music, and hopefully I'll get a better camera at that time. And anyway, this is Crazyman4985. Like, subscribe if you like what you saw, and I am out.